Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. Alexis here with Modesty. Today is Get Ready With Me, and it is a weekly quickie. So if you're interested in seeing a look, please stay tuned. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers, welcome. It's Wednesday and it's hump day. We're halfway there to the weekend. And so I hope you guys had a pretty good week so far. Mine's been okay. It's been rainy. It's winter time. It's very cold. And so it's been going. But, you know, these days I can't believe that January's over. And what I used to say is January, July, and October are the longest months of the year. And when those months tick by that quickly, it'll be Christmas again. And so, you know, I say this every year when July 31st comes, I say, oh, okay, it's the holiday season again. And so people laugh at me, but they realize, well, hey, you know, I think she's onto something there. So yeah. So anyhow, so I hope you guys been doing well and things are starting to kind of make sense for you guys. I mean, there's been less and less restrictions due to COVID now. Don't know, you know, if that's going to continue in that trajectory, or you don't know with this disease, right? So we play it by ear, and you know, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay, and so let's get going. So today, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and change the format a little bit. And what I mean by changing the format is that I've been doing them with music, and I know a lot of you love that. And I'm not going to take that away completely, but I do want to also accommodate those that like me to talk through some of these videos. So I will be doing a mixture of both. I doubt I'm going to be able to, you know, upload both of those, you know, different types of videos in one day, because that means get ready with me twice in one day. So that's probably not going to be feasible. But anyhow, today I want to go ahead and do the talk through, and let me know below if it's too much, if it's too little, what is it that you want to know, what is it that you want to see. And also the other thing is I'm going to go ahead and change the tune in a way of the type of makeup I'm using, right? I will go ahead and use affordable makeup as well as high-end makeup or luxury makeup. And so depending on what you're interested in seeing, I'm going to give you a mixture of different things. And affordable makeup, actually, I do at least one every week, which is Colourpop on Fridays, right? And those are always affordable, well, so far. And so, yeah. And today, what I like to introduce you to, and this is... This is kind of crazy. It's Tom Ford, right? It comes in this cute little suede bag. And this is what the palette looks like on the outside. And this is a quad. As you guys have noticed that I am starting to move towards the quad because I like it because it's simple. There's limited amount of colors that I really have to, there's less guesswork. So I really like it. And this comes in a very nice case here, and they come in various different shades and, you know, tones. And this one here I really like, and this one is called Honeymoon. I'm going to show it to you in a moment here. And it does come with these. I never use these, so it's still got wraps on them. It comes with these cute little brushes. Does anybody ever use them? I don't know. Maybe, you know, if you're out and all of a sudden you need it, it's in your bag, you might use it. I don't know. But it comes with a really fancy different type of brushes. These are brushes as well as little, you know, those foam applicators. So I don't ever use them. So I do keep them aside. Not to say that I will never use them in the future, but I have not used them thus far. Okay. And next, what I'll do is I will show you, this is how the compact comes. And here is the colors. And this shade is called Honeymoon, and it's a pretty popular shade. And the thing about Tom Ford is that, I mean, his makeup, his eyeshadows are very good. There's no argument in that. I don't think anybody argues the fact. But is it worth $88? Okay, and you're looking at a palette that's $88 for 4 colors, right? Whereas, I mean, that's more than the mid-range or the midi size for Natasha Denona. Right? And how many are there? I mean, there are like 12 to 20 shades in there sometimes. So yeah, it's quite expensive. And also notice that these have TF on them. can you see where it says TF? And this is one thing that I actually learned through just research, and because hardly anybody ever talks about this on videos, is that if it says TF, that means you can use it wet or dry. And so if you go through, let's say, Nordstrom's or Tom Ford's site, and you'll see the same $88 palette that either has nothing on there or TF and nothing. That means the ones that says TF, you can use wet or dry, where the other ones, the blank ones, you cannot. It's just dry, okay? Just give you a little bit of information on that one in case you didn't know. And then the other piece is what I will be doing my foundation. I'm actually going to use two of them. This is number 6. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. And this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This actually dries matte, okay? And I'm also going to be using the other Charlotte Tilbury, different tone. This is the number 3. I actually ordered number 3 by accident because I looked at it on the computer and it looked like my tone. And when I received it, it was like, wow, really light. Versus when I did the, I went to, I think, Nordstrom, because I got this directly from Charlotte Tilbury site. I went to Nordstrom, there was like a color match, and I put in the known, right? My MAC, also my Clé de Peau. Those tones, those shades I do know. So when I put those in, it said I need a 7. And those are a little bit dark, so I got ahead and got a 6, which I think is a closer match. So what I'm going to do is use this for my whole face except for under the eyes, where I would normally put the concealer, and I'm going to use this there. And I also apply these by hand because they actually apply better than using a brush or a sponge, okay? So without further ado, let's just get started. And those are 2 major things I wanted to explain to you. And then as time go by, I'll pick up the blush, also the bronzer and whatever, okay? And I have already prepped my eyelids, and I did use Anastasia of Beverly Hills, her primer, and as well as Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Brow Wiz. And yep, there it is. Brow Wiz. I think you should be able to see the color here. Yeah. And this is medium ash. Okay. And so let's get started. Okay. I didn't mention that all these are shimmers. Okay. So again, I'm starting to work with a lot of shimmers, but these are a little bit more, not less pigmented, because they're very pigmented, but they're not as dark, and it doesn't show up muddy like a lot of these frosts or shimmers may appear, especially on like crepey eyelids like mine. So I'm going to go ahead and start using this kind of a medium crease brush, and I will go into this darker shade here, okay, and reserving the other lighter shades for other things. And let's see. And this is the first time I actually used this one. And so let's see what happens, because I don't have any experience with this. The closest one I do have experience with is my Yves Saint Laurent. And I use that a lot. And so, or I've used that a lot in the past. So I'm hoping that it's like the same texture or better. From what I understand, it is better. So let's go ahead and very pigmented and zero kick up. Okay. 0 kick up on this. So, okay, let's just go ahead and work this in. And because my crease is actually hidden, so I'm going to go above my crease line here, because if you notice, if I do this and if I just put it in a line, what's going to happen is it's going to completely hide it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And so I know if you guys have watched my channel before, you know my technique, you know how I, go about things. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I will do both sides. So wow, this is really, really nice so far. Yeah, I can see why it costs what it costs. I know it's kind of, I just do one eyelid, and she already knows that she weighed, $88 is, worth the money. I'm just justifying because I paid $88 for it. Seriously, I'm justifying. Okay. I mean, let me do my thing here and let me make myself happy. So, and then I'll let you know truthfully, if what I think about it, because that is pricey, and you don't know what it took for me to get this. I mean, I really fought with myself. I'm like, $88 for 4 colors, really? Dang, that thing better do more than just sit on my eyes, So yeah, but I see, you know what? I got to find out for myself because nobody has anything bad to say about it. That's the problem. I've not heard one bad thing. Maybe, you know, some shades that they might not like or something like that, but never the quality, right? So I'm like, God, and people are saying it's worth $88 for four little palettes. I mean, four little colors. What the heck? So what is this all about? But wow, that went on there really easy. Really smooth. This is so creamy. Wow, you know what? I should probably try this without a primer and see how that works out because with the primer, definitely look at this. Okay. All right. Maybe I'm just like telling myself these stories like I said because I paid so much for it. But let me just go ahead and see. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Let me just take a look at my magnifying glass here. Oh, and by the way, you know what I did the other day? I had to order another one because my mirror, this is magnet, actually this 10 times, and it goes onto my a Simple Human mirror. Look what happened. It fell off the back because it sticks by, you know, you see it cracked. I'm so sad about that. I did order a replacement. It's one's coming. Okay, I just want you guys to look at how well this thing blended. And it didn't take much work. Okay, all right, so far so good. And what I will do at this point is I will go into the outer V and I will use, let's use a smaller brush like this. This is my Refer. I think this is number 13. Yeah, it is. Okay, and we will go into this shimmer color here. Okay. Wow, this is actually very impressive. As you notice, you know what? I want you to see this because I want you to see that it makes no kick up at all. At all. Look at this. You know, being that it doesn't give a kick up, I probably don't even need to tap this. I could probably just go in there and just, you know, and you know I don't tap off my my brush, right? And so I'm not tapping it off. I'm just going to go ahead and right away just come into the outer V. And I actually put down the color first on both. And then I like to work it at that point instead of working it all out at once. So that way I can see the similarity, see how it's similar. Now I will work that out, okay, without adding any more color. And now while I'm blending this, I'm going to blend this part, the outer V color, into my crease, just my crease a little bit, not above, just right into my crease to kind of like blend it in. Yeah, just blend all of this in. And this is blending so beautifully. And next I'm going to go ahead and take my Sigma brush. And I will go into this nice color here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that under my brows and see how that works out. This is a little bit dark, I think, for right directly under the brows, but let's see. Okay. No, actually, it's not bad. And what I'm trying to do is kind of cover all of the primer that I had on here. So let's just go ahead and this actually gives it a beautiful shimmer. Let's bring it down and kind of cover all of this area. Yeah, very nice shade. Okay. And you know, at this point, I can stop right here and just pop a little bit of color here, light color, but I want to use all of the colors here. So that way you can see what it all looks like. So I'm going to, of course, I have to do this. My favorite color, this mauvey rosy color here. I'm going to put that on my lids, okay? And I am using my Refer 02 flat brush. Okay. And I don't want this, you know, color to overtake everything though. Like that's what I usually do, right? I just put it all over the place and it overtakes it. So I'm just going to lightly put this on here, so I say. And to just give it color. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is to give it a pop of color using the same color here that I did for my, you know, my under my brows. let's go ahead and put that in here. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, as you notice, I mean, this is, I don't know if this light's allowing it to capture it, but as I turn my head, it's just like a very faint shimmer. And I mean, this is really pretty, guys. So yeah, I'm completely impressed by this so far. So that's that as far as, take a look, and it is very subtle, as you notice, okay? And so what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and go off camera and put on my eyeliner, and then I'll be right back, okay? My eyeliner and mascara probably, and because I want you to go ahead and see me put on the mask. No, not the mask. It's kind of like the mask, right? The foundation, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers, I'm back. I just did the eyeliner and also the mascara. You know, I took a huge chance on my eyeliner because I said, you know what, the other day I messed it up and it was just so bad. And so let me see if I could go ahead and take a chance. And I was going after the Joan Crawford vibe because this is what this makeup makes me feel like. You know, it's just like classic. Right? And so now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put on my foundation, but I wanted to do that on, on camera so that way you guys can see how I'm putting this on. So I want to make sure I get the right ones first. Yeah. And number 6 is the color that I'm going to go for all over the face. And then I'm going to follow up with number 3, where I would actually lighten up under my eyes. Right? And so let's see how this works out. And, I'm going to go ahead and just put it a little bit on my finger at a time instead of, okay, so the camera shut up to say, hey, you're taking too long. So, okay, I know I have to do some editing now. So as I was saying, I'm putting on the different sections. My number 6, Charlotte Tilbury, and touch here, touch there. And so what I'll do is I will go ahead and start by doing this. And I'm going to try to avoid there we go, my under eye, because I want to go ahead and use the other color, the other shade, the lighter shade. And so sorry about that. I'm not looking right into the camera, but I want to make sure I'm able to cover my face. And you're probably saying, why is she using her fingers? Because I've used this before, and doing it with the sponge, I mean, it just like, I don't know, it absorbs all my color and it goes away. Now I can follow it up with this, sponge just to get it nice and smooth, but I really like to start with my fingers first. Okay, now that I pretty much have it with my fingers, what I'll do is I'll use this Fresh Vitamin Nectar spray. It's kind of like a water, and what I do is I spray the sponge so that way it's not completely dry, and I'll go ahead and make sure it's moist. And let me spray that side of it, the nice flat side. And then I'll go ahead and touch up a little bit. And this color, I'm glad I got number 6, even though it recommended number 7, because number 7 would have been way dark. And I don't know if you see this, but this is a warm undertone. And it's like yellow. And it's really hard to, shade match when you're online, right? And it's so difficult, and I tried my best. It said number 7, but the thing is, this is already, the color is fine. It's the undertone. The undertone is a little yellow, like I said, and I am neutral. I'm not pink. I'm not yellow, and it makes it really difficult, especially when you're fair and your undertone is, neutral. And so, yeah, either you're gonna get things that are too pink or you're gonna get things that are too yellow. And I think Alexandra Anili, she has the same problem. I mean, she's very fair. She's much more fair than I am. She's like pale. Yeah. And us, girls with that issue have issues. Okay, now what I will do is I will get this one here. This is number 3. And where I would actually normally put, that's really good, Alexis, really good. Where I would put the concealer, that's the word. I will put this on, and I will go ahead and do the same on the other side, so that way I can I have 2 hands, so I can do this. And this is actually a foundation, and I noticed that, foundations don't crease under the eyes as much, and so this actually works better than a concealer. And so as you notice, putting this all over my face would be like way pale. And that's a color I actually got to begin with. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to use that as a foundation without warming it up. I actually did use it one time with you guys, and I warmed it up using my Marc Jacobs warmer upper bronzer. So sorry. See, this is a reason why, you guys, I cannot do a Q&A while I'm getting ready. I tried filming it the other day, and I was like all over the place. Either I was talking or I was doing makeup. I couldn't do both. I don't know how some of these people do it. Some of these storytellers, and you know, I mean, it's like, wow. I think it's, who is it? Robert Walsh. He does that scary talk while he puts on makeup. I'm like, yeah, the scary talk would end up being my face if I tried that. So, but look at this. I mean, this is a great idea, I think. Is using oh, that's dirty in there. What's going on? I must have scored a color. Sorry about that. Blue car. So anyway, so using foundation that are too light in place of concealer. And look at it. It actually is pretty nice. And then what I'll do is I'll go back over this with the other, so that way it erases the mark, or it just goes from pale to dark. So what do you think? I mean, I like it. I mean, it looks flawless, I think. I mean, even from where I am sitting. And let's see. Yeah. It's not bad. You know what? I'm glad this was a happy accident, because I would have never tried it. I just didn't want to waste it, because these are like $60, foundations, and I got it gift with purchase. So I want to be able to still use it. So I'm glad I kind of discovered that. So yeah, keep that in mind if you get something that's too light. Okay. Too dark is a little more difficult, but too light is better than too dark. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. And I think at this point, I'll take the brush that I used earlier. Let me pull this up for the corner and just kind of touch on it. I'm not putting any other color on there, but I'm going to go ahead and touch up underneath and see. Okay, am I in camera here? Okay, yeah. Oh, I hate making that face, because when I make that face, it gets a wrinkly, see? And I've already put on my foundation, so that's not good. Oh, that made it look like I got black eyes. Hold on here. Okay, well, that's not bad, I don't think. Yeah, and I will maybe buff that out with what I used in the... Okay, not bad. Okay, I think that's that for now, and let's go ahead with the bronzer and then the blush and the lipstick. Okay, so anyhow, I mean, this is not a bad look. I mean, look, I mean, the complexion looks just so flawless. I mean, and I'm flawed, but yet look how, I mean, the coverage is beautiful, and it's like natural. It's not matte and dry. And I really like the actual foundation. And, even though I used it before, I didn't get that finish. I'm wondering if it's the primer or the lotion. I don't know. I did use this cream. I don't know. Is it really helping? Maybe. That's weird, right? Okay. So let's go ahead with, I'm just going to keep with the same tune here, which, we're going to go with Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. We'll go with Miss Charlotte. And we will go with this darker color, the bronzer. And I will work with the bronzer here. And I actually will use this brush here. And it's one of those that I got in the box. Butte Cosmetics, I think. Yeah, here. It's a cute one, Yeah. I like using small ones, small brushes like this. I know a lot of people like to actually use large brushes. But, and I like to be able to control it. And also, another thing too, and if you're older, and this is for somebody that's mature, try not to come down here, like here, below where the brush is, with any kind of contour, because it brings your face down. See, here. So I'm really careful to stay above that and end, because I actually have a natural, you notice that line? I do have a natural bone structure that way, so I try to follow my bone structure when it comes to this. And before I would go do this, and then I notice, it's really bringing my face down. I mean, sometimes what you have to do is you really should look in the mirror and just really study your face, I know that sounds vain, right? But I don't mean it like that. I mean it like, you know, really look at and see where your lines are, you know, where your imperfections are, where do you need to lift, and really, really study. And it really helps when you do. And you start to discover, you know, parts of your body that you've had for the last how many ever years, me, you know, 55 plus years, you know, and it's say, oh, okay, that part is starting to sag. It's sad because I look at some of my pictures when I was younger and I'm like, oh, I miss those days. But you know what? I'm appreciative. I'm that much wiser. That's what I say. And as you notice, I'm not going here. I'm going here. Okay. Anything you want to hide, you know, you want to darken, right? So even though I don't have big, huge, you know, but what I don't want is when I wear my scarf, it tend to look bigger. So I kind of try to put a little bit of color here to kind of bring it back. And also the nose, I try not to do too much on the nose, although I could use it because I do have a big nose. But yeah, I try not to do too much because I don't want to look like, you know, like a Barbie doll that is really structured. I don't like things structured like that. I like things to look natural, a little bit of, you know, imperfections here and there. And I think that's so beautiful when you have somebody, you know, the way God made you, right? So yeah, I think this is another reason why you know, nothing against people who want to get plastic surgery, because whatever makes you feel good, do it. But I think that's the reason why I stay away from it, because, you know, I'm going to accept my age. You know, I mean, if taking care of myself doesn't do it, then, you know, too bad, right? It is what it is. So, okay, that's that. And now let's go for the blush. Okay, for blush, what I'm going to use is my Clé de Peau. And let's see. And this is actually new because it's Sakura. It's the name of it. It's called Sakura, which means cherry blossom in Japanese, right? And I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, I want it. Even though this color is really pink and poppin'. And I should probably be wearing something more mauve-y. I really love this pink, you know. So I just have to be careful with it. And so what I will do is I will go in with my number 4, okay, refer brush. Really careful. And you have to be careful with these because they fall out, you see. And they do come out, and they come out for a reason because these are refillable and you just refill them. And so you have to be really careful not to tilt them and all that. So I will go ahead and touch just back and forth like this. Oops, sorry, you can't see. Back and forth like this. And look at the pigment on that. And just tap. Oh, so beautiful, this color. I mean, Clé de Peau is just gorgeous anyway. I love their stuff. Like I said, I do use their foundation. And as far as their foundation, it's one of the best. And I try not to buy it because I ran out of it. And this is what I used to always use. I'm being better now, right, Sam? Like last week, I used, I think, Estee Lauder and also my couple of other ones. And today I use my Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm not just going directly into, you know, Clé de Peau. So I'm behaving. And now for my highlighter, I will go ahead and use the same highlighter here, or should I? Yeah, why not? I'll just go ahead and use this one here from Charlotte Tilbury. I was just going to go ahead and open up on Natasha Denona, but, you know, no need. I just go ahead and also, again, like this, very easily. And then what I do is I tap. Usually I like to use the fan brush, but it's okay. I want to use the brush that came with it, actually, to see if it works out, but yeah, let's see. And a little bit here. Actually, a lot bit there. Okay. And a little here, especially tip at the nose. Okay, and I just want to give it nice. And maybe a couple here, a couple here. Okay, that's that. And let me get some lipstick on now. And for lip liner, I will be using my MAC Soar. It's a beautiful pinky color. And this is the hard part, right? Getting into the mirror where you can see me doing this. Can you see it? Okay. Sorry about that. I can't talk through this part of it. Okay, so far so good. And being that I used Soar from MAC, I will do a MAC lipstick. I don't think even though I own so many of them, I don't think I've really showed it. This one is Mer or Mahar, however you want to say that. M-A-H-R, and it's one of my favorite shades of kind of like a nudie pink, mauve. Okay. And it is a matte, and this will last me like a lot. And I could even drink coffee with it and it'll stay on most of the, see, you notice I love it so much. I use so much of it. And so here it is. And the look that I was going after today, Get Ready With Me, is more of a classic look and something that would be appropriate to go to brunch, go to work. Go to evening out even, right? I mean, unless you really want to, dazzle yourself up. I mean, you could easily add glitter to this look and be fine with it. But yeah, let me just go ahead and change out of this so I can give you a little bit of a better look, and I'll be right back. Ta-da! Here I am. Welcome back. So what do you think? So this is more of I think, a subtle look. And let me tell you what I think about the Tom Ford palette. $88 for 4 colors. Beautiful colors. It applies incredibly good. The formula is wonderful. And the thing is, I'm going to say formula-wise, this is... You know what? This is going to be hard for me to say, but I have to say... This is a little bit better than Pat McGrath. And that's hard for me to say. And I own all of her palettes except for 3, I think, right now. And this formula is up there. And if it's not slightly better, it's as good. But I think it is slightly better the way it goes on. I will have to try more of it before I really commit to that. Because this might have been a really good palette. I don't know. I need to try the other ones. I know he has many other ones like this, but like I said, it's pricey. So the formula itself is, great, but is it worth $88 for 4 colors when you can get something like, Pat McGrath $125 for, what is it, 10? So when you're looking at it like that, it's really hard to say, yeah, I will get this instead of Pat McGrath. It really is, because the quality is not that different. I think it's a slightly different. The formula is slightly different, but it's hard, okay? So I don't want to compare, because if I compare, I'm going to say, of course, it's more cost effective to get Pat McGrath and get the Tampan, her mothership, palettes. She's got so many different variations of them, right? But being that I think I can't compare them. They're different enough where I can't compare them. And is this worth $88? I'm going to have to say yes. Yeah, if money is not an option, it's not a big deal for you, and you're a collector, definitely I would say get it. But if it does matter, if cost matters, then definitely don't get it and stick with something like Pat McGrath, 10 pans. Because, it's excellent. It's just, yeah, there's no comparison to it. Actually, I like hers better than Natasha Denona. I know. And I own all of her palettes. And, but I don't want to compare, to be honest. But would I, knowing what I know now, would I have spent the $88 if I wasn't doing this for you guys, or if I wasn't comparing, or if I wasn't testing? Would I have spent that money? It would have been hard for me, but yeah, because I would have been totally curious. And knowing what I know, I for sure would have spent the $88. And so it is what it is. And this, like I said, is called the Honeymoon. And this is beautiful. Now it makes me want to try his other ones, but I think I'll wait for his, because his limited editions are the same price as his regular core collection. So I think I'll wait for a limited edition by Tom Ford and pick up one maybe like that. because the colors, do I have these as a repeat? I really don't. You know, that's the thing. These colors are so subtle and so classy. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, it's not one that I would want to buy if I was just trying to have fun. But if I want something, you know, something that's really nice and classic, I want to get the look of, you know, breakfast at Tiffany's, you know, then I think this is what I would go for. Okay, I don't know if that all makes sense or it's just a bunch of gibberish for you guys, but I hope it makes sense because it makes sense in my head. I'm just having a real hard time explaining it without discounting other brands. But yeah, very good. Oh, I mean, no kick up, nothing. I mean, this thing was perfect. The only thing is, again, price point would hurt it because $88 is a lot of money for 4 pans, okay? So, anyway, my beautiful wildflowers, I hope you enjoyed it. And if I added any value at all, please hit like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We have so much fun here. Well, I have so much fun with you guys. And so, okay, my beautiful wildflowers, I hope you guys have a good week. And I hope you like this format. And I know that you guys want to hear the music and that's not going away. And so just have patience with me while I try to figure this out, okay? And do leave comments below so I know what you want because I do this for you, okay? So, as usual, remember my beautiful wildflowers, don't sweat the small stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.